So I just finished playing Halo Campaign Evolved, and honestly, I am very concerned about the future of Halo. Now, I'm not saying that the remake is complete trash or that it's not worth playing. At the end of the day, it's free on Game Pass, and it's still a remake of one of the greatest games of all time. The problem is that this was something they could have kept. We literally did not need another remake. We already have the Master Chief Collection that had updated graphics and visuals. The biggest problem with this game is that none of the new content even comes close to the original. See, it's easy to do a remaster or remake because everything's already laid out for you. You're basically taking an open book test. You're rehashing what already worked. So the title of this video is Halo Dead, and the reason I ask this is because the worst parts of the game is literally the new content. And who made the new content? 343. I don't even like the visuals of this game. I can't quite describe it. I don't know if cartoony is the right word or if it's too vibrant, too bright, but it just looks a little off to me. Now, I thought the gameplay was fine. The only thing that I noticed was I played on split screen and it was choppy and the frames would dip. Also, why does the second player have to create a whole account to play? Now, that could be an Xbox issue, not necessarily a Halo issue, but it was annoying. It was so much simpler back in the day where you could just plug and play. Another thing I noticed is after I finished a few missions and closed out the game, when I came back, it still showed new game on the title screen, even though I already made it to like halfway through the story. So I'm like, oh shoot, I just did 5 or 6 missions and it didn't save my progress. But then when I click new game, it showed that I completed the missions. Why can't it just show continue instead of new game, like dang near every other video game in existence, so that the player actually knows that their progress saved? It's little stuff like that that shows their lack of attention to detail. Now, regarding the new content, I don't know why they redid the voice acting, but it's trash. I don't like how they did Cortana. Captain Keyes is worse too, and Sergeant Johnson is just corny now. They just made him so cheesy. They turned him into one of those weird, quirky Marvel characters. See, in the original games, he felt authentic. Now it just feels forced. It's like whatever iteration of 343 that they have right now doesn't understand how to write good characters. One of the main selling points of this game for returning players would have been the new missions, and the new missions were terrible. First of all, why did anyone think it was a good idea to have that female ODST being an absolute dick to Master Chief? Like, why did they think that would be well received? She's like, oh, Spartans aren't the only badasses. Like, oh, brother, dude. Like, that's so cringe, so corny. Who refers to themselves as a badass? Like, yuck. Ugh. I see the people online defending this saying, oh, ODSTs and Spartans have beef in the comics. I can't stand when people do this, dude. This happens a lot with like Marvel and DC, where the general public or people who aren't heavy into the comic book side will see a movie or a TV show and they'll be like, oh, I don't like how this and that happened and it wasn't good. And then the comic book dudes will come out the woodworks and be like, oh, well, it happened in the comics, so your opinion isn't valid. It's like, no, dude, I don't care whether it happened in the comics or not. What I just experienced was not good. And if it's in the comics, then it sucked in the comics too, or maybe it was just better executed in the comics. Like, I swear the comic book dudes always use that as a defense as to why you can't criticize something that's objectively bad. And let's be real, they didn't put that in there to show the ODST and Spartan beef. They put that in there to push their weird agendas and have a girl boss talk crazy to Master Chief. If they really wanted to showcase the beef, they would have added context so we know why the ODSTs are beefing with the Spartans and actually fleshed out that storyline, because it's literally never explained why there's this animosity. If you want to explore the rivalry between Spartans and ODSTs, I'm all for it. I don't mind lore, but there's a way to do it where it doesn't come off as cringe and turn the players off. A lot of the cutscenes suck too. Like, the combat scenes look stupid, they look goofy, I can't even take it serious. This isn't how combat between a Spartan and the Covenant should look. How does it look worse than the original that came out 20 years ago? Also, why is Chief talking so much? Like, do they not understand the character of Chief? He's supposed to be stoic, reserved, less words, more action. I swear writers today don't understand subtlety and how to tell a story without shoving a bunch of dialogue in our face. Like, I promise you, it's okay to just show and not tell. You don't always need to tell me a character's feelings or thoughts. I can use context clues, facial expressions, etc. to understand. They did this BS in Halo Infinite too. I hated the dialogue with Chief and that whiny pilot. Like, they keep trying to humanize and neuter Chief for whatever reason. Like, Master Chief is in Batman, dude. You don't need to explore his childhood trauma or his inner demons. You're ruining his mystique and aura when you do stuff like this. It's the same mistake that Santa Monica made with Kratos. Like the original trilogy, he was badass, he was edgy, all that good stuff. And then like the last couple God of War games, they pacified him and just made him super lame. He's over the hill. Like Halo is trying to go down the same route. Don't forget, the first Halo Infinite gameplay trailer was so bad that Halo Infinite had to be delayed and Xbox Series X had to launch with 0 titles, despite Halo Infinite being on the literal box. We were promised episodic content for the campaign and continuous content for the multiplayer. They failed us on both. If they're even confident enough to get the next Halo out the door, it's definitely going to be trash. All the people who made Halo iconic are long gone, and now it's in the hands of this garbage studio. As long as 343 is at the helm, Halo is dead. Because if you can't even handle a remake correctly when everything's already laid out for you, then there's just no hope for the next Halo. So let me know what you guys think. Peace.